The pain is unbearable when you lose a baby during a pregnancy. Many people try to rationalize it with their own reasons to comfort those hurting. But do those words really help? From the time she was a little girl reading her Bible late into the night, author and speaker Amy Hossler knew that God was going to use her life to impact others. Little did she know that part of her journey would be suffering the loss of her own pregnancy to help and comfort others who have suffered miscarriages. This is her story of unshakable faith. This is today's life. Amy, my sweet friend, I am so glad to be here today and to sit down with you in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and to share what's going on in your life.
I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so glad to be here with you, and I can't believe we're finally here.
But you know, you experienced a situation that a lot of women go through, and we don't really talk about it that much.
That's true.
It's a very hard, difficult time, and you lost a pregnancy.
Yes, I did. I did. And you know, it's interesting. My husband and I pastored at a very large church in Dallas. And so we had a lot of members, and we had a lot of people that came to us for counsel. We had many women who had lost many babies. They had gone through a lot of miscarriages. And of course we were sympathetic, right? We were compassionate, but we went through an experience that changed our perspective completely. I mean, we did funerals for stillborn babies. We went through, and all of that was so traumatic, and we loved on those people. But what changed our perspective even further is that we had Haley, who's our oldest, who's 24. We had Sophie, who is 20, and then we had a baby named Joseph Hayden. And what happened before that baby was, I am a writer, and so I was out in the, I say a nature trail, walking, and I would record myself on the thing so I could get notes down. I think good in nature, and so I was walking and talking and praying and kind of singing, getting a little exercise too. And all of a sudden I stopped, and literally a swarm of monarch butterflies, literally, like, I don't know how many, 50, it may have been more, but they literally just swarmed around me, landing on me. It was odd, okay? And I thought, what kind of perfume do I have on, you know, whatever. But in the tape, I literally said, Lord, what are you saying? You know, what is all these butterflies around me? This is nuts. And so I didn't think that much about it. But I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Joseph Hayden. And we were about 12 weeks, 13 weeks along, maybe 13. And I had gone to bed that night. And in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was hemorrhaging. And I actually did. People say that a baby's not a baby, but they're a baby because I delivered a baby that night and in my home. And my husband, bless his sweetheart, he just went into shock, which you would understand that. But in that moment, I mean, we went through that. They got me to the hospital. I had it. I had it in my hands. I saw him, and I held him. And so no one can ever tell me that a baby's not viable. But what happened that was so sweet about that is that we had some friends in the church who were elders. And he and his wife came to ring our doorbell. I didn't want to see anyone, okay? First of all, we understood the pain. And maybe we patronized a little bit. I don't know. And for that, I would be really sorry. But the pain that hit me and my husband, I couldn't explain it. We'd always sympathize with people, but it's so much more. There's a grieving that goes through that I think a lot of women are suffering silently about. And there's been women I know that have had 6, 7, 8, and I had 1. And this pain was so much that I wanted to close myself off in a room. And So this lady, this couple from our church that were elders, came to our door, and they had a little gift bag and a piece of paper printed out, and they said, we don't want to bother you, but we just felt like the Lord told us to come over here, and we have a gift for you. I felt like God told me to buy this for you. I know it's crazy. I mean, they were just apologizing, and they gave me the gift bag, and I wish I had it with me, but I couldn't find it through the boxes. But it was a little stuffed Ann Getty's baby with a monarch butterfly on the back. And when I opened it, of course, I just fell to the floor in a heap. And I knew that the Lord was saying, I love you. You know, it's going to be okay. And the thing that they had written out to me to encourage me said, you know, I believe that God's going to give you the desire of your heart. I believe He's going to give you a baby boy. We had 2 girls, so we wanted a boy. And so this boy was really special. And so that meant so much to me. And I was thinking about this scripture in 2 Samuel 12:23, and it talks about, you know, when David lost his baby, he said he knew that that baby couldn't come to him. He would go to that baby someday. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I rest in the assurance, knowing that Joseph Hayden is with the Lord, and I will meet him one day. And so that's it's interesting because my son's name is Jaden, and we never put together that we just kind of squished Joseph Hayden together, and we have Jaden. and Jaden,
he's 16 now.
Yes, he is, and Jaden means God has heard, and Joseph Hayden means and God will add to your expanse. And Jaden, if you meet him, he carries just double everything.
I have met him.
Yes, you have. And he's quite a guy. But I will tell you, it was one of the most difficult things that I've ever walked through. And I want to reach to those women who are suffering silently, and they never tell anyone.
What would you say to them?
I would pray for them. And I would say, you know what? God is big. He knows the end from the beginning, and He cares about your broken heart. He cares if you're hurting. He cares that even if it's one, and He knows that as a mother, He wants to hold you, and He has all of a plan worked out, and He will take care of you. He'll get you through your grief, but go ahead and grieve because it's real. And I don't want them to think, don't be brushed off, because it's a real thing, and let God carry you through. He will.
Amy, thank you so much for being with me
I'm
today.
so glad I got to be
I
here.
love spending time with you.
Thank you. Remember, Jesus, Lord, I love it.
Have you suffered a miscarriage or a loss of a child and the pain is just too great? My sweet friend, trust the Lord and let Him wrap His loving arms around you during this time so that you too can share your story of unshakable faith with others that will give Him honor and glory. This is Today's Life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.